Welcome back to the UK Crypto Podcast. I'm Paula, and as always, I'm joined by Matty. Crypto has never been bigger. Governments are getting involved, banks are entering the space, institutions are buying Bitcoin. Millions of new investors are arriving every year. So why does crypto still have such a bad reputation? From rug pulls and exchange collapses to fake influencers, fake profits and outright scams. Has the industry created its own trust problem? And more importantly, how do you actually know who to trust? That's exactly what we're discussing today. Before we get into today's discussion, this episode is sponsored by the Crypto Wolfpack community. Whether you're completely new to crypto or looking to sharpen your trading skills, we've built a growing library of completely free crypto courses covering everything from getting started to understanding trading, automation, and the wider crypto market. Our goal is simple: help people learn before they risk their money. If you'd like to explore the free courses or join the community, head over to cryptowolfpack.co.uk. Right, let's get into it.
Let's start with the obvious question, which is this. Why do so many people think that crypto is just a scam?
Yeah, I think that there was so much media...
Negativity?
Yeah, I think that in the early days when Bitcoin was there and the media was so anti that, I still don't think it's shed that kind of people assuming it's for hackers and people sitting in basements and that kind of thing. And I think people in the space feel differently. I think there's a trust issue there, but I think there's a bigger trust issue with people that are not even in the space because, I mean, we often talk to people, they say, what do you do? We say we're in crypto and they go, oh.
Yeah. Or scary.
Yeah.
Or for criminals.
Yeah.
I often get that.
Yeah.
Isn't that for criminals? I go, I'm a criminal. They go, what? And we're joking. But yeah, I think we have got that hangover. I do think that's slowly dying down with the younger generation that's coming through.
Yeah.
I definitely think people my generation are more likely to think that than a younger generation.
Well, the mainstream media rhetoric hasn't changed, does it?
No, but it is slightly more mainstream now, crypto is. So I think there is a bit of a changeover. But I think the overall impression of people that's not into crypto is that it's scary, it's dangerous, it's scammy. Mm-hmm. But let's face it. Crypto has had scary moments. Yeah. It has had dangerous things happen, and it has been scammy at times. Yeah. So I think actually it's a fair assessment from somebody outside that knows nothing. Yeah. Because sometimes you've got to protect yourself from things you don't understand, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it does make sense. I get it. I do get it. That's why I never have a pop at anybody whenever they say anything negative. They're not into crypto, and they go, "You're into crypto," and they'll say these negative things. I never have a pop at them. No. Ever, because I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. They're literally just going off the information they've been fed, right?
Yeah. And I think that sometimes when you try and over-justify things, it doesn't always come across very well. So I think you kind of have to let people find their way on their own without going, oh no, it's absolutely fine. Because if they've spent a long time believing that, you're not going to change their opinion with one conversation.
Yeah, totally. Do you think it is the reputation is deserved?
It's difficult because from an outsider perspective, actually, I don't think crypto helps itself. It's still quite complex to go and buy crypto, transfer it, get it onto a wallet. Once you've done it, it feels like it's not as complex. But the thought of doing that, I think for a lot of people, I feel like it feels a lot.
Totally.
And also, I think there's a lot of places out there that aren't as legitimate because crypto is not regulated. So if you make a mistake and you send your crypto to the wrong wallet, you're not getting it back.
Yeah.
And that's...
But that's not... That's just like... That's a knowledge gap from people. Yeah. So I think there is still that like techie element that you need to be able to understand. Yeah. Currently, I do believe that, by the way, that's going to get filled very quickly. Yeah. I can't see that being a thing in 5 years' time.
Yeah, agreed. Right?
Because the banks are going to be involved. Yeah. It's that simple. And the banks won't allow that to be that difficult. But yeah, I do think that that'll fizzle out. I think that element. But I get it. As I've said this a million times on podcasts and live streams, all the rest of it. My dad's into stocks and shares. There is no way on this planet, even though I'm heavily into crypto, would my dad have an interest of getting a cold storage wallet and start transferring money in that way? Mm-hmm. He rings up his broker. He rings up his bank manager and says, I'd like to do this. Yeah. That's how he operates.
Yeah.
He's a dying breed. He's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
And I think my generation is in the middle somewhere. The younger guys coming through are going to way more tech savvy.
Yeah.
Well, you'd hope anyway.
And I mean, we had the episode a couple of weeks ago with the guy from Stratify. And I think brokers and intermediaries that are going to make crypto easier for people are going to attract a different audience, because if you feel like there is an institutional investment product that you can have access to crypto through, then it does make it easier for people like your dad.
Yeah, totally. I totally agree with that. I do think that'll be the watershed moment, especially in the UK. I think in America, when old money. Not old money, that's the wrong phrase, but like old school people that are unlikely to want to get involved in the modern tech, once they have a simple way to bridge that, like the ETFs really, let's face it, that's halfway there, isn't it? To be able to bridge it and be able to go, I want to buy that now, bosh, it's done, and without no extra logins and passwords and seed phrase, all the rest of it, then I think there'll be monster amounts of money that'll fly in. But really, that once they do that, they probably, when they bring that kind of tech in, they're not going to be doing it to fix it for them. They're probably going to be putting it in place for the younger generation to make ease of purchase. Yeah. One-click buttons, push, done.
Yeah.
I know you can go and get yourself a Coinbase or a crypto.com, whatever, and you can do that, but it's still another step away from the things you've already got.
Yeah.
Once you can do that inside your normal bank app,
you're
rocking and rolling.
Game changer, completely.
Rocking and rolling, mate.
Completely. But how much damage do you think things like the collapse of FTX and Luna really did to the crypto industry?
It's a massively interesting one, and I remember making a video about this once, and that people were split right down the middle because of what I said. And I'm going to say it again now, not to be controversial, because it's what I really think, which is the FTX collapse was a bittersweet. Because there was huge positives about this FTX collapse. Yes, it was devastating, and it absolutely bombed crypto for a significant amount of time.
Yeah.
But the reason the FTX collapse happened is because it got so big so quick that they didn't have the infrastructure to be able to protect itself when there was a depegging of a stablecoin, right? But the fact it grew so big so quick tells you there was a need, a desire, there was money there, the money flow was there. Crypto had arrived, but the company hadn't grown to be big enough to protect itself at the rate that it had grown. So actually, the sweet section was crypto was becoming way more mainstream than what it was previous to that era. The bitter part was they just weren't ready for it.
And actually,
they were 9 guys operating off beanbags in the Bahamas. You are now a business operating with billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. And they literally didn't even buy it. They rented a penthouse of a building overlooking the scene in the Bahamas, and 9 of them slept in there. Some of them didn't even have beds. They slept in sleeping bags. They didn't have furniture. They had bean bags. All they cared about was, we'd like to be in the Bahamas because that's cool for tax. And also would be nice to be able to go for a swim. And also we need fast Wi-Fi. So they'd contacted the people in Bahamas and say, we want the fastest Wi-Fi. What's it going to cost? No, money's no option, no object. And that's all they wanted. And they were just a group of geeks that sat there and turned over billions. But there was no infrastructure below them. So it collapsed and it broke. And the fallout for that was massive, because then people thought, okay, crypto's too fragile. Yes, we had this peak time, but one thing happened, like depegging that stable coin, and all of a sudden everything fell. But they weren't taking into account the fact that crypto just wasn't ready for that disaster yet. Would they be more ready for the next disaster? I believe so. Do you think the major exchanges now are going to be better prepared after they've learned from FTX? Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. And it kind of takes us back to that episode where we were talking to Steve from Binance about the difference in the infrastructure that Binance have compared to what FTX
So you say there's like 1,500 people working in compliance alone?
Yeah, exactly.
And the FTX exchange had 9 people operating off beanbags in the Bahamas?
Exactly.
Yeah. Different, like, not even compared.
But what you probably have to take into consideration is now there are so many exchanges. You go onto an exchange website, and how do you know that exchange has got enough liquidity to cope with any anything that could happen in the future. So I guess that's why things like MICA are coming in and trying to make regulation stricter. You need these licenses and all the rest of it, because we've had these disasters in the past, and we still make content to say don't leave your money on exchanges, because there is still that worry that your exchange might freeze and you can't get your assets out at the time that you want, or the exchange might get hacked, or whatever it is. So we still have that hangover because
we've seen it.
We've seen it happen before.
I've been done, Mount Gox.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not going to talk about that, right? I know I brought it up, but we're not going to talk about it. I'm still sad. I'm not over it. I'm not over it. I'm not over it. They still have my Bitcoin. I'm not over it.
I don't think they do, but somebody does.
Oh God! But yeah, I think we're at a situation, aren't we, when it comes to the exchanges, where I think they're going to be a lot more robust for the next drama.
Yeah.
Because they would have learned.
Yeah.
You think those exchanges aren't sitting around tables going, we do not want to be the next FTX.
But I think it's the big exchanges that are prepared, and I think there are still a lot
of small exchanges.
Very small exchanges that people should be mindful of before they start leaving their crypto in the small exchanges.
It's very difficult for people to know. So I'm not going to say which exchanges. It's not time for me to sit here pointing fingers. I was massively shocked recently when I was looking at a particular exchange when I saw their volume. Mm-hmm. So I perceived them as relatively large. And then I realised that one that I perceived to be relatively small had something like 30 times their volume. And I was like, hey? And I whacked straight onto AI, ChatGPT. And I was like, can you explain this to me? Check this out, because that doesn't make sense. And it came back and went, and I was like, oh my God. So what I'm trying to say is, even though I live and breathe crypto every single day, my perception of one exchange was they were a big boy, or relatively big anyway. Perception of another one was, they're a fringe exchange. And it was the exact reverse. Yeah. So the one that I considered to be small and niche was actually up there in probably top 15 in the world. Mm-hmm. And the one that I thought was a decent size was tiny.
Yeah, in comparison, yeah.
So if I made that mistake, you can be damn sure people that just dip their toe into crypto every now and again will have absolutely no idea about their exchanges.
Yeah. Exactly.
Zero idea.
Exactly. And I think we have to just go into anything having done a little bit of research first.
Yeah.
We've got to just try and protect ourselves as much as possible, because I said this earlier, crypto's not regulated. So if the exchange collapses, the chances of you getting your money back is
minimal.
Yeah.
Especially depending on where your exchanges are from. So if you're living in a restricted zone like the UK, as an example, now the EU, one of the things that I think is a negative is, for instance, let's use Binance as an example. Binance are the world's largest exchange. Yeah. Right? The biggest. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, probably the best.
Yeah.
I should imagine it's probably, this is my best guess, one of the safest.
Yeah.
We can't use it in the UK. They've just been said you can't use it in the EU.
Yeah, because they haven't got a MiCA license.
Because they haven't got a MiCA license because of the new regulations, right? Which means, doesn't mean people go, okay, I won't trade. It means you're forced to offshore exchanges from countries and exchanges that are going to be slightly less safe than, say, a Binance. Yeah. In my opinion, a Binance is a safe, it's a safe ball to hold, right?
Yeah.
And most people won't understand, where are these based? Who are they owned by? Yeah. What countries are they owned by? What regulations do they fall under? Yeah. Yeah? Is it a company that's saying it's based out of that country basically just so it can have a regulation from that one country? Yeah. And there's so much that goes into it, and it's almost a minefield for people. But again, this goes more into that distrust, doesn't it? It goes into that distrust because companies are trying to do their best not to get around regulations to be sneaky, but they're trying their best to be able to be available to people in different countries, which then forces them to do things that potentially look slightly shady. Yeah. And they're just trying to navigate the best they can. Yeah. I think actually when it comes to exchanges, 99.9% of exchanges have honourable intentions. They're doing their best. They all want to be Binance. They all want to be the next Binance, and they're doing their best. Yeah. But sooner or later, one of them is going to go pop. Yeah. It's going to go pop, and I really hope it doesn't happen. Well, history tells us it will happen, and when it does, it could be devastating for some people. Yeah, completely. I completely agree. And again, don't leave your money on exchanges. Oh, I think so. Use exchanges for what they're there for. You buy crypto, you
do your leverage trading, you hold whatever you're going to use to trade, and then you just take the rest off and you put it in your cold storage wallet.
I mean, there's an influencer in the UK very recently. I saw him making content saying, I don't understand why influencers keep saying about not your keys, not your crypto, and get on exchanges. It's more risky to you if for you to lose your keys than it would be to lose your money on exchange. And I'm not going to send him a message about this, because it's better if I say it to him face to face. I think I'll come across better than a message, because you can read messages, because it'll be coming from a point of love from me, not a point of hate. But the guy's got no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He's brand new to being an influencer, so he's never been in the situation where there's a massive problem and all of a sudden he's got 200-300 messages from people saying, what do I do? I'm scared.
Yeah.
He's never had that, because he's never been a sizable influencer, and he's also new.
Yeah.
So he's just started his journey.
Yeah.
So because he's never had that experience, he doesn't understand what he's talking about. Yes, somebody could lose their keys, but that's on you.
Yeah.
That means you're going to lose your crypto because you did something.
Yeah.
You didn't look after them. Let's face it. If your keys are that important to you, go to your local bank, go to your local deposit safety box company.
Yeah.
Go and pay yourself 120 quid a year and stick it in.
Yeah.
For 120 pounds a year, you ain't going to lose your keys.
Yeah.
If it's that important. How many people lose money on exchanges because of a data leak? The dark web selling their details, people getting access to their emails, and then they're getting, because they haven't got their two-factor authentication or three-factor authentication, all of a sudden the hackers are bang, they're in your account. Next thing you know, they're transferring your crypto out. There's nothing you can do about it.
No.
You can't go to your exchange and go, somebody just stole my crypto. They'll go, you gave people access to the account. And you go, but I didn't. And they'll go, well, we can see they used the correct password, my friend. Yeah. And they did two-factor authentication, and you can be like, but they had control of my emails. And they go, not our problem.
Yeah.
That is way more likely than you losing your seed phrases.
Yeah.
Way more likely. Way more likely.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll learn. Give him a cycle.
Yeah.
One day his inbox will blow up with hundreds of people going, I don't know what to do, I'm scared, and I really like your content and I trust you. What should I do? And he's going to have to go to them, get a cold storage wallet.
Why didn't you tell me that before?
It's going to happen. But I'll be telling him that face to face, because I'm not sure I could get that over in a message properly. Because it's not coming from a point of hate. It's just coming from a point of inexperience for him.
Do you think that the reputation of crypto has changed in the last 5 years?
Oh, massively. Massively. I think that the institutions getting involved has made a huge difference, because it used to just be peer-to-peer, random people making money in crypto. Nobody really understood why. People have become millionaires. Then other people have complained they'd lost everything. And it was just that. All of a sudden, the banks took interest. I think that has completely changed it, because as soon as the banks started taking interest, I noticed the media started talking about crypto slightly differently. So instead of talking about, scary, doom and gloom, they'd be saying, I don't know, I'll just make this up. Bank of America is now exploring blockchain technology. And all of a sudden, that's a different scenario. In the UK, I remember seeing it for the very first time when it said Barclays Bank are exploring blockchain technology for their future. They believe it's the future, so they're exploring it. All of a sudden that's a good story. It's a good story. And these things started to switch. And I think now the narrative has started to switch over the last 5 years. I think at the moment I'm not going to say the person's name because I don't want to get me demonetized, but there's a super famous person in America with hair that goes like this.
Is he orange?
Yeah, the orange man. Yes, the orange man. We're going to call him that. So he, at the moment, was deemed as the saviour of crypto in the back end of 2024 into going into 2025. Now I've noticed a lot of negative over the last couple of weeks in particular, huge amounts of articles in the UK from major publications where it's hugely negative. They're using his name, crypto, and then they're packaging that as a headline grabber as a bad thing, just like they used to do with the criminal underworld or scams or everything. I know they're doing that, but they're using the orange man over in America. So I don't think that's going to bode very well. Whether they'll get bored of that, but I don't know if you've noticed it. There's a huge turn up on it. It's like they're using it as a weapon at the moment.
Yeah, because it's easy, isn't it? Because his annual report has come out and people have seen how much money he's made out of crypto. And I think that because they're not necessarily using crypto, they're using that as a way to. I mean,
another way to look at it is
kind of thing.
Shock horror. Businessman made money.
I know. Yeah.
Literally, they're business people. It doesn't make sense to me. When you actually look what they're talking about, there's no issue, right? Yeah. But it's the way you package it for the media, and it's the psyche. When you get something like my mum, which won't even bother reading articles, just read headlines. Yeah. Or go bong news at 10, and they'll give you this person. Negative crypto. That's our own head. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Because they've got no context to it. But I think the media is more powerful than actually most people realise. And the media, it depends on what narrative they want for that particular day, week, month, year.
Well, it's not just mainstream media, is it? It's also creators and influencers out there from the kind of people's media perspective. And I mean, can you trust the people you see on social media that are talking about crypto?
Can you trust the people? Some.
Yeah. How do you know who's genuine, though?
I don't think any influencer, not that I've ever met anyway, goes into crypto to be a bad actor. Right? And I've met a lot. I talk to a lot. For those of you who don't know, there are... I don't know the word. I was going to say secret groups. That makes it sound like the Freemasons. But there are private chats with groups of influencers from different zones, so like the UK, the EU, worldwide, America. Yeah. We're in a lot of them, and it's almost like we use it as a space to protect ourselves. Yeah. So if there's scams going around, we'll tip each other off. If there's projects that's going around, we'll talk to each other about it. If there's a bad actor, like one of us starts doing something wrong, they'll be outed. And actually, I think it's a very good self-policing.
Because actually, that group is relatively small, isn't it?
This is the thing. Yeah. People think there's a lot. There ain't.
Yeah.
There ain't. I'm in one group with a couple of hundred influencers in one group. People might be amazed that exists, right? But it's there. And honestly, I could name anybody you want who's an influencer. I hate using that word, but we'll use it for here, right? Yeah. Who is an influencer. I can name anybody you want. And with one message, somebody will know them and I'll be in touch with them within minutes.
Yeah.
Within minutes.
Yeah.
And actually, I think it's a really powerful tool. But there's also the negative side of that as well. And that negative side of that means sometimes you then get groups of bad actors that go off on a subgroup, and we've seen it. Please don't mention names. It's not a space for that. Maybe one day. Yeah. Maybe one day. But right now, there's not a space for it. But we see it, and other good people like us see it, and we're like, Now, I will go to my wolf pack, and I will say to them, ask no questions, I'll tell you no lies, but there's a token coming out. Avoid, 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 avoid. Yeah? I can't go onto social media and do that because I'll be blackballed. Yeah. That's the truth. Yeah. We're in a really weird space here, aren't we? Yeah. Really strange space. You don't want to make enemies. Yeah. But I will for my inner circle people. Yeah. I will say there's something coming out now. You're going to see a lot of content about it very soon. Avoid. Yeah. Stay clear. Don't go touch it.
Because there are people in the space that literally create their whole entire profile around shilling meme coins.
And I kind of respect them people. Yeah. Right? Because you mean about blatantly do it?
Yeah. I don't think anybody would look at their content and feel like they're not doing that.
No. So there's a guy, I'm not going to say his name because I don't think I'm saying anything wrong about him, but I don't want to think I was bad mouthing him. But he's from New York. Yeah. Right? And I think he's a genuinely nice guy. Yeah. I think I feel like it's somebody, if I message him and said, I'm in New York, do you want to go for a drink? He's going to come. Yeah. Right? I know him at that kind of level. Yeah. That's how I believe, anyway, our relationship is. So I'm not saying anything negative about this guy if he sees this, right? But his strategy is, so for those who people don't understand, shilling a meme coin would be, your job is simple, is to create hype so people buy it and it goes up so that everybody then can sell it and take all the money. His method to his audience is, I'm going to shill it to you. You know what's going to happen. Let's get in early together and we'll get out early together. Anybody that's holding the bag afterwards, more fool you. Yeah. And that's his style. Yeah. And I kind of respect it because he's not trying to trick people. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like he's not being sneaky. His audience know what he's doing. Yeah. He will write it on his thing. Yeah. He will literally say it with his mouth. And I think actually there aren't many people like that. The worst space for it actually ain't even TikTok, it's X. Now I know you're not big on X. I'm not big on X either, but I go on there a lot for searching for answers to questions and so I can get a sentiment of what people are thinking and stuff like that. Mate, X is unreal for shilling. Well, like, it's bad because at least the TikTokers have to put their face on it. Yeah. And sometimes they say it with a cheeky smile and they'll be like, guys, have you seen this one? Woo! In, out, shake it, all about, buy it, sell it, get gone. On X, they talk like they are the oracles. This is going to change the world. It's going to, you buy this and honestly, you're going to be more handsome by the end of the day. And it's complete horseshit. But they say it with their chests out and it's the Americans, mate. The Americans are outrageous for it.
What I find so disturbing about X is that people just write what the hell they want. It's complete lies, and they just do it, and nobody seems to like. That just seems to be.
It's bollocks.
It's wild. It's the Wild West.
This AI token that is a meme coin that has literally less than $1 million liquidity is backed by BlackRock. It's not. It's not, you're talking shit. What are you talking about? So I used to go there and go, prove it. I got bored in the end because people would go, bro, you're wasting your time. Or they'll go, did you know that Elon Musk tomorrow is going to tweet about this? And if he does, it's going to 10x. And I'd be like, no, he's not. In fact, I'll bet you fucking $5,000 now that if he tweets about it tomorrow, then that's the bet. Like, nobody's ever going to take that because it's complete bollocks. Yeah. But, which is why I like that person that I'm talking about from New York, because he ain't that bullshitter.
Yeah.
He's literally saying, I've got no idea. This could be a bag of wank.
Yeah.
But I'm going in.
Yeah.
You should too. Get in, get out as quick as you can. Because if you hold it too long, you're going to be poor.
Yeah.
Well done.
I mean, should creators disclose things to their audience when they're getting paid for stuff? So, like, should creators show that they've got a sponsorship with brands? Do you think?
Can I explain about the mistakes that I made about this?
Yeah.
So I think this is really important to understand. So when you get an audience, and it happens usually very quickly, especially on a platform like TikTok, there's nobody there to tell you what to do.
No, you have to kind of find your way yourself.
So as you know, I've quite often taken new influencers under my wing.
Yeah.
Because I want to teach them the mistakes that I made personally. And this is one of the mistakes that I made. I didn't know that there was even such a thing as disclosing of content. So I'll give you an example. If you make a YouTube video, so YouTube's brilliant for this, right? Because you upload your YouTube video, and then in the back end, there's like a big screen that scrolls down, and it'll go title, description, thumbnail, and then it asks you questions. Mm-hmm. So it'll go, is this AI? Has AI made this? No. Are you talking about a brand? Now, they're very clear. On there, they don't do it. But when you first get your account and it's able to be monetized, they make it very clear. When we're saying about content disclosure, are you being paid? Yeah. Will you make a financial gain from that product? Yeah. If you are, then tick yes. Yeah. Right? So it's obvious on YouTube. Bosh. But somewhere like TikTok, it ain't obvious. So my profile on TikTok, the TikTok app that I use, is exactly the same as somebody that likes to make TikToks showing cats. There's no difference, right? So I make a video and you press send, upload, done. You have to go and look for settings on TikTok. Yeah. Now, I didn't know this. So I went from getting 1,000 views a month to 2 million, 5 million, my peak, 9 million views a month. And I didn't even know there was a setting in the background. Yeah. So months later, some of my videos are going, right, content disclosure strike. I'm like, what the fuck? What does that even mean? Yeah. So I'm reaching out to TikTok and I'm going, what's this about? And they're saying, oh, you were talking about X, Y, Z. And they said, you should have marked it as content disclosure. And I was like, didn't even know it was a thing. Because there's no influencer school. It isn't a thing. So I was like, okay, once I know, I started doing it. So I think a lot of people that won't be disclosing will, if they're relatively new, it's because they don't know it exists. Yeah. As you know, whenever we come across new influencers, we're really kind to them because this place is very small, and actually having friends in the scene is very important. I believe, especially showing people kindness because often they remember it. But often when I tell them about it, they haven't got a clue. Yeah. And I'll be like, but brother, I did it, mate. I got suspended for months because of it. And I didn't even know. Now I always make that button press. Always make that button press.
But I think there is a balance to it as well, because we know, because we've made so much content, that as soon as you press that button,
it strangles your
algorithm.
Yeah.
Reduces your views
instantly, especially on TikTok.
And it's frustrating, isn't it? Because
they're asking you to do the honourable thing, and they punish you for it.
Yeah.
I do get that.
Yeah,
I do get
that. And that is difficult, and I can understand why people wouldn't want to do that. I think the problem you've got, especially on the TikTok platform, is that there is nobody really to talk to. TikTok is algorithmic based very often, and there's very, very little support. So if they see that you've made a violation and then you get too many violations, your account is gone. So I would suggest that that's the platform you need to make sure that you are really protecting yourself and doing all of the right things that you should be doing, even if that's going to have an impact on the amount of views you're going to get.
Totally, it is the right thing to do. I can tell you guys from first-hand experience, not pressing that button does cause you drama later on. And it's I know I was never a bad actor. I just didn't even know it existed. And as soon as I did know it, I've pressed it every time since. And there has been a couple of times where I've forgotten to press the button, and then I've gone because it's obvious. So because I've got multiple TikTok accounts for different brands, right? Like the podcast and the Milkshake Matty account, right? There was another one as well, but I merged them together. I would often see my own content when I'm on the other profile, and then I'd be like, shit, it hasn't got content. I've forgotten. So I'd go back then, I'd delete
Yeah.
If it was in the last half an hour, you can press delete and re-edit, can't you?
Yeah.
But if I just delete it and I re-upload the video because it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
No,
but there are
definitely
people that will be getting paid and purposefully not do it because of the style of the video they're making. They're actually trying to pump it through the back door.
Yeah.
They're trying to pretend they're not. And that's the bad actor, isn't it? That's where the trust issue comes in.
Yeah.
And those people do exist, usually meme coin world.
Yeah. I mean, I also think there's a slight element, and we talked about this yesterday. I think that some people don't like the fact that people get paid by brands to make content.
So we discussed this last night, didn't we?
Yeah, I feel
we've
like
got
some
different
people,
opinions there. Go on.
Yeah, don't feel like, I don't know, maybe they think that people are pushing things that they don't genuinely use just because they're getting paid. Whereas actually the content that we make where we've got sponsorship is only for actual things that we use. So like Tangent, we work with Tangent all the time. We use Tangent. They are the wallets that we use personally.
I've said this before, but I'm not sure if I've ever said the name of the company, so I'm not going to mention it now. I think I probably have, but I'm not. There is another wallet company that offered me 8 to 9 times more money to be our main. For me, sorry, not our, but to be my main wallet of choice to the public.
Yeah.
I turned it down.
Yeah.
I turned it down because it ain't all about the money. Do I like money? Of course I like money, but I also got morals. I've got ethics.
Yeah.
Right. I wear it on my finger.
Yeah.
I use a tangent ring.
Yeah.
I have multiple tangems.
Yeah.
I've got more tangems than most people have got wheels on cars, right? Do you know what I mean? If you've got multiple vehicles. Like I've got loads of them. So for me, it wasn't about the money. If I was all about the money, I would definitely be promoting another brand.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's nothing wrong with the other brand. The other brand is a great, great brand. But I've got to stay authentic to myself. And there are some people out there that will only do it for the money. There is an influencer, which is an American, female, bit of an idiot, if I'm honest. And I saw a video she made the other day. Now, I know for a fact she doesn't use that brand. She was out there telling people, use that brand, use that brand, use that brand. Unfortunately for her, because I am a massive geek, when I saw her doing her screenshots, I've seen what exchange she was using. It's wrong exchange. Yeah, she's telling her audience, I only use that exchange. She's a charlatan, mate.
Oh, wallet.
I want exchanges.
Oh, so you said wallet.
So I meant exchanges. It's an exchange.
Yeah.
I know because, I just know. She's a charlatan, mate.
Yeah.
She's literally doing it for the money.
Yeah.
And again, people that act in that way only ever have a certain longevity in the community. Because what'll happen is, if I spotted it, some really nasty person in her community is going to spot it, they'll out her and they'll lose the trust.
Yeah.
It happens.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Because you've got to decide, I guess, I hate the word influencer because, I don't know, it just doesn't sit comfortably with me. But somebody that makes content in this space, you have to decide whether you want to be here long term.
Yeah.
And if you want to be here for multiple cycles, people are going to call you out on the things that you say. And do you know what? We don't always get it right. However, I don't think there is anything wrong in saying, I made a mistake. But if you're consciously using things that you don't, or pushing things that you don't use, or you constantly flip-flopping with your opinion, people are going to see and people aren't going to trust what you say.
Yeah, I do think so. Should we try and help the audience about what the red flags might look like?
Yes.
Because I think that's quite important, because there might be some people here that's going, it's very difficult to navigate.
Yeah.
And I've said this a million times, it's very difficult to navigate. For me, it's obvious which influencers are. There's some great ones out there.
Yeah.
I've got some influencers that at least a couple of times a week I will go and watch their content, not because I'm researching, but because I enjoy their content.
Yeah. And actually, some of the influencers that don't have massive accounts make great content. So it's not always linked.
Yeah, so one of my favourite content creators is, I'm not going to say them actually, but their massive account. I've got another one which I watch all the time. It's not a massive account. It's not a massive account. And there are some influencers actually that actually I respect that I've never met before. But if I ever meet them, I'm going to tell them.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, honestly, I'm a content creator as well, and honestly, I watch your content all the time. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good, and I mean, I like respects. And I think that needs to be said to some people.
Yeah.
Whether they care or not, I don't know. And if they look, they don't care. I'll put them in a headlock, or remind them there's two sides to Matty P. But yeah, no. The point I'm making is that for me, I find it obvious to spot. But if you're new to crypto or if you're not in the scene, it must be quite difficult. But I think one of the things I would talk about would be guaranteed profits. If an influencer is talking to you about guaranteed, because I'm telling you now, nobody can guarantee you profits. Anybody that guarantees profits is an instant red flag. For me, it's the obvious number one. You will definitely get XYZ as an outcome if you put in XYZ money. Massive red flag. They have no idea. They can make their best guess. They can suggest these are my past results, but past results don't guarantee future results. That's a different situation to somebody saying, if you put $2,000 in this now, you're going to end up with $4,000 by the end of the month. Bollocks.
Yeah.
Massive red flag.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put them in the bin.
Absolutely. And the ones that are always showing winning trades. Because
they don't show losing trades. No transparency, you mean?
Yeah, nobody as a trader wins every trade.
Nope.
Nobody.
What have I been doing to my community for the last 3 months, showing them the same trade over and over again, and we've treated it in the community. Remember Tamagotchis, like a digital pet?
Like you have to feed them every day.
So I had a bad trade that I made. So instead of closing it, I decided to keep it as a digital pet. We had it open for 227 days, and the community would be like, "How's Matt's shit trade getting on?" Yes. Like, I don't think they were asking for it.
Yeah.
They were asking for it. And then we put out people go, mate, it's in the mud.
That's bad.
Mate, that is in the mud.
Close that.
Yeah, but the point is, like, I'm not trying to claim to be the oracle.
Yeah.
Everybody's human.
Yeah.
And if you see an influencer that has no bad trades or mistakes or losing trades to show you as well, huge red flag.
Yeah.
There ain't a trader on the planet that only wins. No. Doesn't exist.
No.
Doesn't matter if it's manual trading or auto trading. It makes no difference.
No, exactly.
By the way, can I just say, after 227 days, the digital pet Bitcoin trade, it finally died. It finally died. It's gone. We held a funeral for it. It's gone. It's gone forever. I'm glad to see the back of it. I should have closed it at 50% down when you told me to, but I was too proud.
Was I right?
You was right.
Thank you.
Well done, Paula. Next red flag. What we got?
People that continually change their opinion about stuff. Now, I think that it's difficult. Are you making content because you want to be a successful content creator? Or are you making content because you genuinely like crypto and you want to share your opinions with other people? Because those two things are completely different, in my opinion. If we are in a declining market and everybody's sad and you go, oh my God, crypto's dead, you're probably going to get more views.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that what you really believe? Or are you making content just for the views? And I think there are people out there that are making content just for the views. It's not authentic.
Yeah, but listen, let's face it, at the moment, crypto is on it. Crypto content numbers are on the floor, right?
Yeah.
Across the board. We know this because we in groups with loads of content creators and everybody's saying the same thing, right? Occasionally you'll have one video that does well, but instead of having a good week, you're having a good day, right? But like these, because it's down at the moment, I think people do want the views. So people will sway towards it. I've tried to stay consistent to what I believe and what I say. So I've actually, during this downturn in the markets, I've actually split my content into two sides. My YouTube, I've tried to stick to educational content. And my TikTok now, I've lent into whatever's coming off the top of my dome at the time and whatever I'm seeing, or sometimes now a little bit of fun as well. That will slightly change when retail come back. I will up the amount of videos to probably 5-6 videos a day when retail come back, and they will be solely focused on major crypto tokens, XRP, Ethereum, Solana. So at the moment, I've switched my content, and if I'm honest, because I got a bit bored, because there's only so many times you can say, crypto's gone sideways. Hi everybody, Milkshake Mate here. Crypto went sideways.
Bitcoin's at 60 grand. Oh, Bitcoin's at 59 grand.
Bitcoin's
at 60 grand.
Bitcoin's at 60 and a half. I mean, it's fucking boring. So I just switched it up a little bit, purely out of sheer boredom, if I'm honest.
Or the people that are like, I hate XRP, and then the next video they're like, I bought some XRP.
I love it.
Like, I don't know. I just feel like what's the consistent message throughout their content? Maybe not individual videos, but as a whole, are they giving you a consistent message?
Another red flag for me, and I saw this recently by a giant sausage as well. One day I want to meet this person.
Crypto sausage of the day.
He would be crypto influencer sausage of the year. Right?
Okay.
And he was saying to people, you need to get involved in this now. You've got till the end of today. So it's fake urgency. And it's going to cost people a couple of grand.
Yeah.
Yeah? If you're not in, you're done.
Yeah.
Right? Again, fake urgency in anything to do with money. Forget crypto. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
If there's if they're trying to say now, and they're putting pressure on you, do it now, get out.
Yeah.
If a community won't allow you in to do some element of free product, like we do with a course, and have the ability to be able to talk to people, make decisions in your own time, if they're continually on your back saying, you've only got 24 hours left, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss the opportunity. Bollocks. Fuck them off. Get them in the bin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get them in the bin.
Absolutely. And then unrealistic returns for stuff. I know that we talked about it earlier. You're going to get X, Y, and Z and promises of that. But things that are unrealistic, like your
stablecoin returns.
Yeah.
So I bet a lot of stuttering there because I won't try to word it, but you see this one a lot, and actually there are. So you get massive returns on stablecoin yields, right? Compared to having it in the bank.
Yeah.
And they're insane. So a bank you might get, I don't know, less than 0.1% or whatever in your bank for having cash in there. Whereas at the moment you can go in a Tangent wallet and you can go and get you can go and stake USDC, is it? Whatever it is, and they'll go and give you 4, 5, 6, 7%.
Yeah.
So it's huge returns.
Yeah.
But every now and again, I'll come across one, and it will say, if you put 10 grand in 12 weeks' time, we'll give you back 16 grand. Mate.
Never going to happen.
It ain't going to happen.
No.
The maths aren't mathing.
No.
It's clearly a scam.
Yeah.
Avoid.
Yeah.
Because if it's so inflated that it becomes an unreal opportunity, it's probably bollocks.
Well, and the old saying, if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. Yes, there are big returns to be made in crypto.
Yeah.
But you've got to use a little bit of common sense, I think. And crypto's the riskiest of risk assets. If you're going to time a trade on a meme coin, for instance, and you get in at the bottom and you get out at the top.
Lovely. Perfect scenario.
You've done amazing. But the chances of you doing that are quite slim unless you are a fantastic meme coin trader.
So they do exist, but they're
They
rarity.
do, yeah,
Let's face it.
exactly.
By the way, those that perfect that,
I do fantastic.
millionaires.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why you get so many sweaty, spotty teenager millionaires. How about the one in America? I can't remember his name now. The one that was too scared to tell his mum. His mum said to him, "You're not allowed to trade meme coins." He said, "Yeah, I won't do that, mum. I won't do that. You got to go to school."
Yeah.
He went, "Yeah." So what he did was he built in his mates. He talked to his mate's mum and said, "Listen, my mum's going to go mad if she finds out. But if it works, we're going to make a load of money. Can we convert your garage into a studio so we can trade meme coins and we can make YouTube videos, and don't tell my mum? And if it works, I'll sort you out." And she was like, "It's worth a gamble, and I'd rather know where my kid is rather than being somewhere else." So she invited him in. So that guy ended up making, I think it was $4.5 million US, right? And his mum was a cleaner. Hispanic background.
I love this.
Yeah. Dad was a gardener, and he had to go to his mum and say, "Mum, I don't have to tell you this because I've disobeyed your orders, but I've been trading meme coins and we're now millionaires." And she slapped him. She slapped him for disobeying him. And he was like, "I don't think you understand how many millions I've got." That showed him, like, it'll change their lives forever.
Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to say is that, like, these guys that perfect that meme coin world, quite often they are kids, they are teenagers, they are probably neurodivergent, they're locked on, and they are 22 and a half hours a day trading and 2.5 hours or whatever it is going to sleep.
But
they're a rarity, like. Most people are going to lose money on meme coins.
And those gains can be fantastic, but they're not the norm. They're not the norm. So if you're seeing anything with huge amounts of promised returns,
get rid of it. Get it in the bin.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think often if something sounds too good to be true.
Yeah.
And if you can't actually speak to the real humans, it's just a faceless platform. Just steer clear.
And I think for us, it's one of the reasons why the community is so important. And it's actually one of the reasons why you set up the community in the first place, because there were so many fake profiles of you on social media, and the fake profiles were then setting up fake Discords and fake Telegram channels. And you wanted to create a community where people weren't going to have exposure to these bad actors. And actually you never set out to make a community in the first place.
My community know this. The old school Milkshake Matty lot, pre-Wolfpack, know this situation, right? And I'm not sure if I've ever said it on TikTok, and I'm not sure if I've ever said it on here, but I never wanted a community.
No.
And I told my community that I don't want this.
Yeah.
I only set it up because I felt such a heavy burden that the fake profiles of me were robbing my audience on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And it was bad.
Yeah.
Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of US dollars a week were being taken from my audience because they thought they were talking to me.
Yeah.
I only set it up 100% to create a community where people could come and be safe and know for 100% certain they are in the environment where the real me is.
Yeah.
Because they can see my face because I'm on live streams inside the community, right? And I only put a paywall on it to keep out the scammers.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I had a paywall on it. It was never about money. Obviously, over time, that's the Crypto Wolfpack has evolved to something much bigger, much better. Because,
and it's awesome. And I'm so glad that you chose to do that because it's turned into something we never expected.
I never wanted it. I only did it to make people safe.
Yeah.
And now, some people that don't know my journey will watch that and go, what a load of bollocks that is.
Yeah.
Like, it's clearly about, I promise you, like, I didn't want it. Like, and these people knew that from day one. I even made an apology to the community going, honestly, I don't know how this is going to look, but now we've got a safe space, we'll build something. But I never wanted this.
I think it's probably a good time to say, if you are following either me or Milkshake Matty on TikTok, just do me a favour and go into the profile and make sure you're following the right handles, because Matt, at the last check, had something like 800 fake profiles on TikTok of him. I know there's probably similar amounts of me on there as well. I've had multiple people messaging me going, I don't even know if this is the real you. So my handle on TikTok is @Paula Talks Crypto. That's all it says, nothing else. And Matt's
mine's @Milkshake Matty Official.
Yeah.
Now, it's really important when you're looking at the TikTok profiles, don't look at the name. Look at the handle below it where it says @ and look, because what often we'll do is they'll do slight different variations of the spelling. So they, for instance, for the Matty, they might put 3 T's or 1 T as an example. So yeah, you just got to make sure you're talking to the right one.
Yeah.
Neither of us will ever message anybody first in any circumstance. We've done that commitment so that you guys know that you're safe, because if you ever get a message from me, it ain't me.
No.
Simple.
No. I will never ask you how your crypto journey's going.
No. Like, I have got no interest in reaching out to people that I don't know going, how is your crypto journey going? Like, that's not what it's about.
Because do you remember somebody sent you an email who they were a member of the Crypto Wolfpack and they emailed
me saying, am I talking to your wife on WhatsApp?
Yeah, am I talking to Paula on WhatsApp?
Yeah.
I'm not going to WhatsApp you. I'm sure you're all lovely people, but I will not WhatsApp you.
I said to him, what do you mean, brother? And he said, I'm talking to her about a investment product. No, I was like, brother, I don't even need to check with her. Like, I will definitely double check, but I'm telling you, that ain't a thing. And he goes, I knew it. He goes, in my heart, I knew it. And he goes, because that person had my email because of the Crypto Wolfpack. Yeah. So he thought, I'm just going to reach out to you. He said, Matt, because honestly, this sounded so amazing. And because it was Paula, I thought, I'll give it a go. This sounds good. He said, there was something in the back of my mind going, I swear Matty said they're never going to message us first. Yeah. I swear Matty's always said that. And because we have that rule, it saved him about 20 grand.
Yeah.
Because if we didn't have had that rule in place, it would have cost him 20 grand because they'd have robbed him.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah. But it's, again, the reason why the community is the safe space, because within the community, we do live streams. You can message us at any point with any questions. And also there's a whole group of people there that have got all different amounts of knowledge. Yes, we've got knowledge about certain things, but we don't know everything about everything.
I think it's okay to talk numbers. So we've got about 1,000 people inside the Wolfpack, but inside the paid community, where it's basically our ultra safe space, if you like, where it's ring fenced away from bad actors, there's about 100 people in there. So it's not so big it's overwhelming, but it does mean that actually everybody kind of gets to know. It's like a family in there, and everybody looks after each other, and I think it's awesome. And I appreciate every single one of the Wolfpack members that are in there.
I guess one of the questions would be, why did we build so many of the free courses before trying to sell anything? Because actually you can access a lot of the Crypto Wolfpack free courses without even having to join.
All the free products you can access before without even joining the paid section.
But why? Why so? It was because it was really important to you, wasn't it?
It was important, and if I'm honest, it was a big 2 fingers up to a lot of the influencers that are trying to claim to be the oracle and then flogging courses for $1,000. And I was like, are they taking the piss? Yeah. I was like, I don't understand what's going on. So I literally made a course, made it free. And then we had instances, didn't we, where people inside the community, like Lips, had come forward and said, Matt, that course that you've just put out for free is better than the one that I paid $1,500 for. Yeah. And to be fair, he said to me, you should charge for that. Yeah. I said, Lips, it ain't about that. Yeah. Ain't about that. This is about us increasing our tribe, because the more people that come into our gang, the more chances we've got of people with more skills coming in, and the better we become as a collective. Because this ain't about us charging people for stuff. This is about Inside the wolf pack, right, we've got us, but we're the front-facing people, yeah? We're the ones that people see our face, but it ain't about us.
No.
The wolf pack ain't really me and you, not really.
No.
It's a group of people that have different skills, and all those people have come through as members.
Yeah.
We've got tech people.
Yeah.
We've got AI people.
Yeah.
We've got compliance people.
Yeah.
We've got people with all sorts of different skills in there. We've got the taxi driver,
Yeah.
which is awesome when he goes to London and he turns up and he's got crypto wolf pack written on the side of the taxi. Big shout out to Jason. But we've got all sorts of people in there, and that hive mind mentality of a highly focused group of people that all have a similar interest and have that same goals. That's invaluable.
Yeah.
It's invaluable. And you'll never get that from a giant free group.
I mean, sometimes I do flip-flop because somebody once said to me, when you give away information for free, people don't hold it with as much value as if they're paid for it.
I think that is true.
So I do sometimes wonder whether or not there is an element that if people felt like they needed to pay for something, they would hold it with more value. But the community is not. It's not really there for that. We've just created a space where people can really interact with other people and make genuine friends. There's some real genuine friendships in there. And actually, it was so nice the other day when Tracy said, we met up with Andy the other day. And I was like, oh, that's so nice. These guys would never have even done that. They would never have even known each other existed if it wasn't for that community.
Do you think it's nearly time now for us to do a big crypto wolf pack meetup somewhere?
Yes.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't think we need to make it massive. I think we probably need to cap it at a number that's sensible. Open it up to Wolfpack members in there, and I think we should go and do something.
Yeah,
do something as a group.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Go for some food. Go for some drinks.
Yeah.
Make it in the central part of the country, something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that needs to be done.
One of the other things that we always do is release the products that we want to take to market to the Crypto Wolfpack community first, so that we can get their feedback.
Absolutely, because like sometimes you can get project blind.
Yeah.
So when you're heavily involved in the project, I see this a lot with to some of the developers that are inside our community. Fantastic people, hugely driven, talented people. Then they get blind to what they're looking at because all they're looking at is that. So actually, it's really good that when we can say to Crypto Wolfpack, listen, you're in a circle. You can all use this for absolutely no money at all. And we want feedback. We want to collect data. We need you to tell us what the user experience was like. How can we make it better? What didn't you like? What didn't you understand? And we've also got people inside the Wolfpack which are huge analytic geeks, which is phenomenal. Yeah. We've also got people which couldn't give a toss about a stat. They're just going, did it make money, yes or no? You know what I mean? So we've got that real balance in there. And I think, again, that hive mind of different people having different uses in there is really, really important. I think we get the most out of a group because of that.
So we started this podcast talking about trust in crypto. Do you think having the community has allowed the community to feel like they're in a safer space?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Remember, there are multiple people in our community that were robbed previously by fake accounts of me. It's why they joined, because I made such a campaign about it. Again, I get it, and I know. I'm gonna make a safe space for you guys, and they came. They're involved. They've been there from day one. They're still there today.
Yeah.
And I think it's important that they had that safe space. Yeah. And whenever you talk to the members that are there, the ones that embrace it properly, they'll always say the same thing to you. This is awesome. I love this place. Like I feel like this is family now.
Yeah.
And that might sound a bit over the top for somebody that's not in it, but those in it that embrace it and get it, love it, and ain't going anywhere. To the point I started making lifetime memberships.
Yeah.
I was gobsmacked. So basically I was getting rid of the yearly membership. We had a monthly and a yearly membership. I was like, you know what, forget this yearly membership. Just get rid of it, make a lifetime membership. I couldn't believe how fast they were signing up for it.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. And if I'm honest, it was the validation that I needed that I didn't know I needed.
Yeah.
Because once they started going, well, I'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, I'll do it now.
Yeah.
I'll do that at the end of the week. I'm going to cash out some USDT now. I'm going to go back. And it went bang, 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 bang. And people started going, I'm committed. I'm a lifer now. That was the phrase in there. They call themselves lifers. And I was like, wow. And I didn't realise the validation that I needed that validation because I didn't think I needed it. But when it arrived, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, we've built something awesome here. Like, these people are going, we're in forever.
Yeah.
Forget a monthly subscription. Bosh, we're in.
Yeah. But I think as crypto grows, there's going to be more bad actors. There's going to be potentially more scams. There's going to be more fake profiles. there's going to be people trying to cash in on other people, and I think community is going to become more and more and more important.
Yeah, and just don't do it alone. You don't have to join our community. Our community is not for everybody.
No, but find
Simple.
your people.
Find your tribe, man. Find your tribe. Find the people that are like you.
Yeah.
Because when you see things and you're unsure, when you see an offer of something or a deal or whatever it will be, or crypto or project, and you're unsure, have a group of people around you that you can bounce off to see if somebody goes, whoa, because of X, Y, Z. Somebody that's got maybe a different experience level to you, whatever it will be, because that's invaluable.
Yeah.
But again, I think everybody should come and join the wolf pack. Yeah. That's what I think. But listen, you have to find your people, find your tribe.
Yeah,
different strokes for different folks. That's the phrase, isn't it?
Exactly.
But yeah, find your people. Surround yourself by good people. If they're continually trying to pump meme coins to you, probably avoid. Probably get out. Probably go. If they're trying to flog you a token they've created, probably avoid. Probably get out. Not all, but 99% of the time, probably a bad actor. Get out. And just surround yourself by knowledgeable people from different sectors of crypto.
Yeah.
So as a collective, you've got a shield around you as a group.
Work together,
and I sometimes get protected by some of our members that I don't know about. So there are people that have much higher knowledge rates about meme coins than me. And there's been times I'm looking at stuff and some of the members go, whoa, don't do that. Yeah. Have you seen the back end of the ownership of that? Yeah. It's hidden. You can't see anything. And by the way, or they'll go, we've looked at the owners of that project and they've done these many rugs in the past. Avoid.
Yeah.
I never would have checked that.
No.
So it's not just them benefiting from the community. I've benefited from the community.
Exactly.
And I think that's the important thing.
Yeah, and I think that's a lovely way to leave this episode, because crypto has had some parts of its time where people have really distrusted that. And I think that's hopefully changing, but you've got to find that safe space within that.
Yeah, just watch out for the bad actors. If something seems to be good to be true, avoid. Yeah. If they're promising you guaranteed returns, avoid. And see if they're being consistent in the content they're making. Yeah. If they're flip-flopping and continually telling you something different, depending on which way the wind blows, get them in the bin.
Exactly. Guys, thank you so much for joining us again today. Remember, new episodes of the UK Crypto Podcast drop every Friday, 7 p.m, and you can access that on all socials.